Christmas vacation.
Did we miss the flight? No, you just made it. Yeah!
They forgot one small thing.
Have yourself
I've a terrible feeling.
Christmas.
Did you lock up?
Let yourself be light.
Do we set the timers on the lights?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you glad? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Join me, won't you, as we hop into our time machines and go to the 1990s to take a look at Home Alone on Disney Plus. So let's talk about my highs. And listen, all right? Before I start, I want to say something here. This movie is charming, adorable, and fun to watch. There are a lot of highs. Not too many lows. Okay? Not too many lows. But there are some lows. But a lot more than highs and lows. So I had to really, really pick. I had to really pick here. It was hard. It was hard. And I'm not going to be addressing everything that you probably would want me to mention. Because there's like so many. There's like 10, 15 highs that I can mention. This video could be a 59-minute video. But I don't want to do that. Right? I don't know. We have to boil it down to 4 main highs. Okay? So that's what I did. So my first high is Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci is a national treasure. He's a national treasure and a gift that Santa Claus brung us into this world, into life. He gave us Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci in this movie did something that not a lot of actors can do. He actually swore hardcore in a PG-13 movie. This was a PG-13 movie, and he actually found a way to swear without swearing. How many actors can do that? Not a lot. But Joe Pesci can, because he's a national treasure, and he brings so much character and so much life to Harry. He really does. So that's my first high. My second high is, and I'm going to try very, very hard not to rant. Okay? Very hard not to rant. I'm going to do my damnedest not to rant. Okay? We all know the caveman. I like to rant. But on this high, I'm going to try not to rant. Okay? Try to make my point and then move on to my next high. Alright. John Williams did an amazing job scoring this movie. I think with every score, right, he does in a movie, it brings character. It brings so much more character. It brings so much life to a movie. And this movie is no different. Now, I acknowledge that there are some rumors and some theories of John Williams stealing and just rearranging music and just stealing Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker and taking that and just rearranging some music, and that's it. That's beyond what John Williams did in the score. What John Williams did with the score is he didn't steal anything. Okay, it's called a prestige. It's basically a love letter to a piece of music. Okay, that's what a prestige is. But at the same time, being something totally different and something unique at the same time. Okay, John Williams didn't steal Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker, But what he did is made a prestige to the Nutcracker while doing something totally different and totally unique at the same time. Artists do it, composers do it, everybody does it. Okay? It is not theft. It is called a prestige. John Williams didn't steal anything. And whether you like the man or not, he's going to go down as a legend in film composing. I'm such a big fan of his work. I love his work in Home Alone. Like I said, it brings so much life and character to the movie. And again, it's a prestige. It's something totally different and totally unique, but it's a love letter to Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker at the same time. All right, so let's move on. I did it, guys. I did it. I was able to move on to something without ranting for so long. All right. Don't jinx it, caveman. Don't jinx it. On to the next tie, and my next tie is Macaulay Culkin. All right. Now, it's easy for everyone to sit and just say he's 9 years old. You know, he's just saying lines on a piece of paper, and I don't think that's what Macaulay Culkin did in Home Alone. I think he, for a young age, he was a good character actor. Okay, and if I didn't see any of his other works and movies, then I would just say, yeah, Macaulay Culkin just portraying a 9-year-old in this movie. But if you see Uncle Buck, he's a totally different actor in Uncle Buck. You see Home Alone 2. If you see Home Alone, he's a totally different character than the Uncle Buck, the character he played in Uncle Buck. And if you see The Good Son, he's a totally different character from any of those movies. Okay, so we got 3 different characters portrayed by the same actor, but the actor's 9 years old. The actor is 9 years old. And I think if he stayed around in Hollywood, kept developing and not going off the deep end, he would have turned out like a walking phoenix, like a Daniel Day-Lewis, one of the better character actors out there, because in 9 years old, he did really good. He did really good, better than I couldn't pull off those roles at 9 years old. And then, like I said, if this was your first viewing Macaulay Culkin, and I wouldn't blame you. At face value, I wouldn't blame you. He's 9 years old. He's reading off his script. That's all he's doing. But Uncle Buck, he played a totally different character than Uncle Buck. And in The Good Son, look at The Good Son. I mean, he's a psychopath in The Good Son. That's not Macaulay Culkin. That's not Kevin McAllister, right? That's not the character in Uncle Buck. That's not. He's a totally different actor, and he's a totally different character, and he was able to portray him being psycho and a level of complexity to any of his other characters in The Good Son. That's very hard to do. That's very hard to do, especially at 9 years old, because your brain is still developing. So I think he did a great job. I think it's a complete character that he created in Home Alone, Kevin McAllister, and I think he just did a great job. He doesn't get enough credit at 9 years old. If you want to take a look at his roles, go to Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck's a classic. Good Son. Your brain will be shocked at his performance in The Good Son. Alright, so that's my third high. And my fourth high is, this movie's just charming and funny. Alright? We all know the traps, the the scene where, you know, Harry goes to your dead kid, and he opens, oh, and the flame goes right to his head, and it's just great. The physical comedy we got in this movie was just great. We don't see that anymore. We don't see that. It's just, it was a different time. Back then, it was a different time. And everybody did such a great job in this movie. The actors, just from the score to how charming the movie was and still is, and it has a level of charm that's not matched today in some movies because it's a different time. The physical comedy, we don't get that anymore. We don't get that. It's just there was a different time. So I just love the charm of the movie. It was funny, and it was so hilarious. And I wanted to point something out. Unlike other movies that Disney Plus does a great job at that's not sprucing, but sprucing. There we go, caveman. There we go. Sprucing the audio and audio and the video quality. Now the video quality has been changed a little bit more crisper, and it looks a little bit nicer, a little less grainy. But the audio, not that much. 1990s, you know, it's an old movie. You know, it's an old movie. Unlike Star Wars, where you can spruce up the audio and that kind of stuff, where it's already been spruced by THX. This movie came out in the 1990s, and the audio is improved, but not to the level of every other movie on Disney Plus. All right, let's go to my lows. Okay, let's go to my lows, and I have one low. Okay, I have one low. I acknowledge there's so many plot holes in this movie. There really is. There's a lot of plot holes. There's the cops. There's like... Oh, we didn't mention John Candy's in the movie. John Candy's in the movie. So that's another plus to like the movie. Another high to like the movie. But going back to my lows, there's so many plot holes in the movie. And from the cops to be like, you want us to go check out your... No cop would be like, oh shit, your son's alone in his house. We're gonna go get him. We're gonna go make sure it's okay. Here it's like, your son's alone and you want us to go check up on him? It's like, come on, really? Her 9-year-old son is alone in a big house. Go and check up on him. You're the cop. You're supposed to be like, oh my god, you, get over here right now. We have a problem. Oh, that's a subplot. There's just so many. There's plot holes in this movie. There's a lot of plot holes. But I just want to acknowledge that. That's just my low. That's my low. That I acknowledge there's a lot of plot holes in the movie. However, this movie is charming and adorable. And I believe this movie still holds up, even that it came out all those many 30 years ago. What is it, like 25, 30 years ago? 1990. Oh my god. 30 years ago. Jeez. Caveman, you're getting old. You're like 1,000 years old. I'm gonna be like 2,000 years old. But this movie is still, it's still worthy for you guys, to go back and rewatch. I rewatch this every Christmas, and I just love it. I love it. I really do. I think it's charming. I think it's adorable from end to beginning. All right, let's see if Home Alone makes the grade, and for me, it absolutely does. I'm giving Home Alone a solid A. So guys, I want to know what you thought of this movie down below in the comments section. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm not here. I'm actually on vacation in Florida. And I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. But have no fear, content will still be dropping on Must See TV. Actually, we're recording a bunch of stuff for the channel right now. We're uploading a lot of content for the channel. So even though I'm on vacation, you'll still see my good-looking face followed by that guy, and you'll hear our awesome, beautiful senior producer, Salt. And if you really want more of me, you can always go to our Facebook, Must See TV Mike. I do a daily podcast, which is getting a lot of traction and a lot of buzz, and we have a nice little audience growing. It's called Entering the Cave with the Caveman. Go check it out. Give me a friend invite, and I'll accept you as a friend, and you can watch me every day on the podcast, on the Facebook. So guys, I will see you all later. And once again, let me know what you thought of Home Alone down below in the comment section. I will see you right here. Say it with me, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Must See TV.
Created by magic, roaming the continent,
We don't want your kind here.
hunting monsters for a price. I thought you'd have fangs or horns or something.